following is a tutorial on how to proceed with coating seeds with RHIZOVYTE seed coating. We start with the RHIZOVYTE product itself. Note that the label clearly says seed coating. The other RHIZOVYTE product is a rooting hormone. If someone mistakenly used the rooting hormone to try to coat the seeds, they would see a very, very low germination rate. So the first thing is be sure that you have the seed coating product before we proceed. Okay, this is the adhesive used to adhere the seed coating powder to the seed surface. It's a lignosulfonic acid, it's non-toxic, and particularly not phytotoxic. So with that, we will begin. First, we start with the seed. In this case, we're using 2 grams of hemp seed. Okay. Now, this formula is what we use to determine the amount of adhesive we use for a given amount of seed. Now, as you can see, we take the weight of the seed and multiply it by 0.08. And that gives us the weight of the adhesive. Okay. Now in this example that we're doing today, we're starting with 2 grams of seed times 0.08, resulting in 0.16 grams of adhesive that will be required to perform this coating. Okay. So this is not rocket science. We try to get close, but we don't have to be like right on the money. So here we're going to about 2 grams of seed. Okay, that's pretty close. And if we do that, then we now know that we need 0.16 grams of adhesive. So we'll tear again. And we'll deposit 0.16 grams of adhesive onto the seed. Close enough. And I'm going to use a chopstick to mix them. But basically we want to mix, coat the seed thoroughly with the adhesive. And we do that simply by mixing the seed and the adhesive together until we get a nice uniform coating. Okay. And it doesn't take long. Now this is scalable. I mean, on a commercial scale, you'd use something like a coating disc or something to process a lot of seed at one time. But for small batches, this seems to work pretty well. Okay, so now we have the seed is coated. But if you notice, there's a residue of adhesive on the bottom of the cup. Now, if we put the powder into this right now, most of the powder would stick to the interior of the cup that has the adhesive layer on it. So to get around that, we're going to start with a fresh cup, and we're going to put these coated seed into the fresh cup. I'll do this off camera just because it's easier. Okay, so now we have the coated seed in the fresh cup. So to this, we're going to add the RHIZOVYTE seed coating powder. And in this case, I'm going to use an 1/8 of a teaspoon, but basically we want a slight excess of powder. This is what it looks like in the container. It's just a white, very, very fine powder. And we'll go ahead, put about 1/8 of a teaspoon into this. And now we mix it. Occasionally you'll get two seeds stuck together. Just gently break them apart, and you know, generate a slightly fresh surface where they adhere to each other to coat with a little bit more powder. And that's it. Now the powder itself has a pretty powerful desiccating component to it, so when the powder contacts the wet adhesive, it'll dry instantly. So at this point, these seeds can be stored for prolonged periods of time. And I'll give you a, let's see. And that's what the coated seed should look like. Okay, and these are ready for planting. That's it. That's all we need to go over on this tutorial.